Peace, y'all, and welcome back to another Urban Eden After Hours. I'm your host, Taryn Lewis, and today I'm going to be talking about washing your lady parts with soap. And I say lady parts because there's a difference between, I know most of us call it our vaginas, but our vagina is actually our canal, the inner lady parts. And our lady parts that we want to focus on actually washing with the soaps are going to be the lip area, which the technical term is the labia and the vulva, but we might know it to be our lips and the clit area. I'm just gonna say the terms that we know for the most part. But those are really the parts that you should be washing. I know that we hear so many different things like you shouldn't wash with soap, or if you're washing with soap, like what kind of things that you should be doing. And since I'm a soap maker, I just wanted to talk about, if you're going to be using soap, how you can wash your lady parts with soap. It's a very common question that we get, that so many people want to be able to use a full body soap that also works alongside with washing their lady parts, that doesn't irritate. And I can totally understand that as a woman. Of course, I've encountered that with certain soaps, and I know that I'm very particular about which ones feel good as well, because when you're washing in the shower, you just want to be able to wash your whole full body. And so here today in front of me, I have a couple of soaps that I actually recommend to use for washing. But you do want to wash that area, whether it be with water or whether it be with soap. You do want to wash it when you're taking a shower, or even when, say you're taking a shower and some suds might run down there, you don't want to be irritated by a soap. So some of the best tips that I can give for washing your lady parts with soap would be to, I like to personally use my hand first and foremost. That's one of my tips that I would use, is to use your hand, because you know that area is still rather sensitive, and it doesn't need like any harsh roughness, and it doesn't need too much. So just like washing the hands and washing with your hands and washing the outer part and getting a little bit of as much as you can get with your hands inside, I think is like a good gauge of how to wash. And a lot of you guys might relate. If you feel like you do something different, please definitely comment below and let me know. Another tip that I would give is to not really use soaps with synthetic fragrances. We already don't make soaps with synthetic fragrances, but synthetic fragrances can contain so many ingredients within that one word, within it saying fragrance or perfume. So many ingredients can be in there that might be irritating your lady parts, and it's hard to identify which ones because they aren't listed on there. So I would definitely recommend not using synthetic fragrances. So if you refer back to some of our previous videos, you will see the difference between synthetic fragrances and essential oils. Now, some essential oils can be irritating as well, just because they're heavily concentrated, but there are still a lot of essential oils that are relatively kosher to use with your lady parts. And the ones that I usually recommend are going to be the mild essential oils, like lavender is always soft, soothing, and calming. Tea tree, which is a cleansing one, and also just not using any fragrance relatively at all. But even the ones that we have listed up here are all going to be with just those lavender essential oils, or they're going to not have any scent at all. And you don't have to, I know that we're like attracted to different scents and things smelling like, roses and flowers and all of that good stuff. But lavender is actually, lavender is a flower. So you can use that as an essential oil to wash. And we even make a body oil where we use lavender and geranium, which are two essential oils that you can use that are mild enough for the lady parts area. So those would be, as far as fragrances would go, I would definitely look into essential oils, using a mild soap, and using your hand to wash, and just understanding that you don't have to go all up in there, because that's the inner part. And yes, our lady parts, the vagina, has a way of cleansing itself, but it's just like with the lip part, that is skin as well. So you just want to definitely wash that area. You want to wash the skin, whether it be with water or whether it be with soap. These are some of the soaps that I recommend. So here I have the coconut and kaolin clay soap. This soap is just made with coconut oil, and then we only use kaolin clay, which is good for sensitive skin and it's detoxing. And then these three are going to be the ones that I recommend because they're all unscented. We have the Oatmeal Honey, which is unscented. It's slightly exfoliating due to the oatmeal that's in there. And oatmeal is also a natural cleanser by itself. Honey is a preservative. It also is very antibacterial, so it can help with, you know, any kind of bacterial issues that are going on down there. So I definitely recommend Oatmeal Honey. And then we have chamomile and calendula. Chamomile and calendula both together are antibacterial and they're antiseptic herbs. But they're also soothing and gentle herbs. So they're very mild for baby skin. So they also work really, really well for our sensitive lady parts. This soap right here we actually consider to be like our Yoni soap. I just pretty much let that in, let our ladies who ask in particular, I let that be known as a little secret. But this is one that we consider to be our Yoni soap. We use rose clay in here, and then we also use essential oils of lavender, bergamot, geranium, and lemon essential oils. So all of those are very cleansing and rejuvenating for the Yoni as well. Since we brought this out as a Yoni soap, and if you check out our website, you'll see that we get really good reviews for the Yoni soap as far as use for the lady part. So I definitely recommend this one. These two both I recommend just because they have lavender in them, and lavender, like I said, is just sensitive, mild, and kosher for the Yoni for most parts. If you feel that you cannot deal with anything on your Yoni, I would definitely recommend unscented soaps. And just so you guys know, Yoni is just the Sanskrit word for vagina, essentially. So when you see Yoni soaps, that's essentially what you're getting. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about the vaginal area. All right, so we have the unscented, we have our lavenders, and then also I have my tea tree and turmeric here just because, like I said earlier, tea tree is very antiseptic, very cleansing, it's antifungal and antibacterial. So if you're dealing with issues like, you know, yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, or any kind of disorders that could be causing irritation, then tea tree can help to cleanse it up, but I would definitely recommend the unscented ones just to be good for down there. So you can use everybody's situation can be different. Some people have stronger pHs. Some people have stronger vaginas that they could just use more, nothing bothers them, and that's fine. But there are some people that get irritated by particular things, so definitely use what works for you. And I can understand that so many of us are hesitant to use different soaps for that area, but I would just say at the end of the day, when it comes to everything, read those ingredients, read those labels. If you see good herbs like red raspberry leaf, calendula, lavender, roses, chamomile, all of those are really good herbs that help to that are gentle for the Yoni and that help to cleanse the Yoni and provide good nutrients. Also be on the lookout for any kind of synthetic ingredients that you might not recognize, things that could be irritating, and also be on the lookout for fragrance in the ingredients list because, like I said, with fragrance you don't know what you're getting, so definitely be cautious of that. And it also helps to know the soap maker as well and be able to reach out to who's making your soap and ask them what's being put in there if you do prefer to use soap. And I also believe that you should be able to use the same soap that you use for your full body. You should be able to use it for your lady parts as well. Your skin absorbs just as well, just like your lady parts. So you want to be able to use a soap that's going to be well-rounded. So yeah, those are my tips that I have for today when it comes to bathing your lady parts. So next time you're looking for a soap, be sure to look out for those good ingredients that are going to help. And if you have any comments as far as what you use now, your past experiences, and if you have any questions, just please drop a comment or a question down below, and we'll definitely respond to you, all right? Peace. Thanks for joining.